Good morning, dear students. Last class we are discussed about motion of a plane in a vertical motion of a body in a vertical plane. Today in this class we are going to deal with potential energy of a spring. What is meant by potential energy of a spring? It is the energy stored in a spring when it is stretched or compressed. The spring is stretched or compressed. It can have some energy. It can be stored in that spring. That energy is called potential energy. Then we have to derive an expression for potential energy of a spring. How we can derive? I will write a diagram. Figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. This is a normal spring which is not stretched or not compressed. Second figure will be, it's a diagram of a stretched spring. Here one end of the spring will be connected to rigid support and another end will be connected to a loaded mass. And third figure will be the compressed spring. If a body or the mass will be compressed, then spring is also compressed. Then it can displace us with some distance x. Either in stretched spring or compressed spring, the displacement from mean position will be x. This is a horizontal connected spring. For vertical connected spring like this, vertically the spring is in mean position. If the spring is stretched, then the diagram will be like this. If spring is compressed, then the diagram will be like this. Then the displacement in vertical spring will be y. For horizontal stretched spring, the displacement will be taken as x. Here we are taken as x. In vertically stretched or compressed spring, the displacement will be taken as y from mean position to extreme position. Now, dear students, now I will explain the same concept in a sentence. Consider a spring OA of negligible mass placed on a frictionless surface. The end O of the spring is fixed to a rigid support and a block is attached to the free end A as shown in figure. I will return the same figure here. End A will be a loaded mass and that same spring will be connected to rigid support at another end. Let the spring is stretched or compressed from A to B through a distance x as shown in the figure. In figure 2 and figure 3, in figure 2, spring will be stretched. It displaces with the displacement from A to B will be x. If in figure 3, the spring will be compressed and the displacement from A to B will be taken as x. When spring is stretched or compressed by an external force, a restoring force is developed in the spring. A restoring force means it's a force due to elasticity of the spring. It tends to bring the spring back to its initial state. If a spring is either stretched or compressed, it does not stay in stretched position or in compressed position. It can be retained back to its mean position, or it tends to be back to its initial state or initial position. Then the restored force is generated in the spring is called spring force. That restoring force is that generated in the spring is called spring force. How we can take equations for those diagrams? Force is directly proportional to displacement. If I am considering figure 2 or figure 3, mean position will be at A. If I am stretched, I am not taking A to B directly. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎ ಇಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ದೆನ್ I will take with small displacements some dx like that. Finally, it brings to position B with the displacement x. Hence, the applied force is directly proportional to displacement. in compressed spring also we are applying force in this direction, then the applied force on the mass or a spring is directly proportional to displacement. Here force is directly proportional to displacement, then F is directly proportional to x. I will replace this directly proportionality symbol with some constant called K, that is called spring constant, where F equals K into x. When spring is stretched, F equals minus K into x when spring is compressed. Here 1 will be plus and 1 will be minus, because in a stretched spring, if in coordinate axis this A point is taken as the origin, towards the right all the values will be taken as positive, towards left of the origin in a number system we are taken all the numbers along left side of the origin will be taken as negative. Here also in stretched spring we have to stretch. The spring will be loaded or stretched from A to B in positive direction, hence the displacement will be positive. The displacement taken in this stretched spring will be positive in horizontal spring. In the case of horizontal spring, if the spring is compressed, it will move to the left side of the origin or A point or mean position, then the displacement will be taken as negative. Hence, for stretched spring, it will be taken as positive K into x, and for compressed spring, it will be taken as minus Kx. Then, we have to find out potential energy. Here, energy means capacity to do work. Work done and energy will be same, or both will be same. Then we have to first find out work done, because we know the force and it can displace some distance, means we have displacement, then the product of force and displacement will be taken as work done. Hence, first of all, we are taken the work done for the work done by a force in a stretched spring through small distance dx. Have to take either both of the equation or a single equation. Now I am taking for a stretched spring equation for a stretched spring. In this case, if dx is a small displacement taken or moved by a spring when we are applying some force F in between A and B. In between A and B, here in between A and B, we are taken small displacements dx, dx, dx like that. Then the amount of work done will be small for small displacement. Hence, equation will be written as dw equals F into dx. Please note that F is complete force. We are applying complete force, not small force. Take that equation number 1. I need complete force or total work done when we are applying force on a stretched spring in between 0 to x from mean position to displacement x. Then total work done W will be equal to integral from 0 to x. Lower limit will be 0 and upper limit will be x dW. Then substitute the value of dW from equation 1 to the given equation. Then integral 0 to x F into dx. Now we are applying F equals Kx for a stretched spring. I will take for a stretched spring equation for a stretched spring. Hence, I will simplify F equals Kx. Then I will substituting value of F equals Kx. Then dx will be retained as it is in the integral form. Here dx is variable term. In integration, we have to, one side will be integral and another side will be taken a variable term or variable concept. Hence dx, here d will be small change, or we have to integrate to this term, either dx or dy. ಅದು ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು dx is a variable term. Then we have to integrate for x term. Other terms will be taken outside because those terms are constant except variable term. Now w equals, I will take k outside the integral, k into integral 0 to x dx. Now I have to integrate for x dx from 0 to x. Here the main concept of integration will be formulas. Here for this type of equation, the main basic equation will be integral x power n dx equals x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Here general formula will be like this. In the place of x will be there, power will be in place of n. If no power means 1 will be there, replace n by 1. Here replace n by 1 means x power 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1, x power 2 divided by 2. In the integral, there are two types of integrals. One is indefinite integral and second one is definite integral. Indefinite integral means there is no limit between integral here, and in definite integrals there will be limits in between integral. Then I have to substitute integral x power 1 dx will be equal to x square divided by 2 after integration. Hence k will be written as it is. For this integration, I will be replace x square divided by 2. After integration, we are not applying integral symbol. That integral symbol will be replaced, and for limits, we have to plot or draw a straight line from limit 0 to x and write 0 to x. X will be upper limit and 0 will be lower limit. Here, first we are applying upper limit in place of variable term what we are integrated. ಯಾವುದು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಆಗಿದೆ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋದು ಎಕ್ಸ್, ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಎಕ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ replace this x by upper limit x. K and 2 are constant, take it outside. X square will be replaced by x square as it is. This is upper limit minus of lower limit. Lower limit will be 0. 0 square we have to apply. 0 square will be 0. Then we have to replace 0 square and retain other terms as it is. Half k x square. This is the total work done in case of a structured spring. Hence, potential energy and work done will be same. Work done in the spring stored as potential energy of the spring. Hence, work done will be replaced by potential energy. That potential energy will be equal to half k x square. If it is a structured spring. If it is a compressed spring, we are applying F equals minus kx. Then after integration, work done equation will be equal to minus half kx square. Then potential energy will be equal to minus half kx square. Or in another way, if we are taken a vertical spring, vertical structured spring will be force taken as negative, and force is directly proportional to y. Displacement will be taken as y. Then F will be equal to minus kx, because this is a horizontal in coordinate system. This is mean position or coordinate or 0. Upwards of the vertical 0 will be positive and downwards of vertical 0 will be taken as negative. Here, for structured vertical spring, F will be equal to minus ky, then potential energy will be taken as, or potential energy will be after deriving potential energy, the equation should be potential energy equals minus half ky square. For a compressed vertical spring, displacement will be y, then F equals plus ky. Then after simplification, the expression for potential energy of a compressed vertical spring will be half ky square. Thank you.